Hi, my name is Alex, and in this video, I'd like to talk about, uh, living in Wuhan, and maybe give some reasons why you should pick Wuhan over some, other major cities in China. But I want to make it clear that this video is for students. Okay, this advices I'm giving, especially good for students who are considering to come to China to study. Okay, only for educational purposes. So again, I come from my own experience, so I'll try to give you my personal, reasons. But you can, research on the internet and decide, based on your own research. So here we go. Reason one, Wuhan is, better than other cities is the prices. Okay, so if you have a choice between Guangzhou or Shanghai and Wuhan, picking Wuhan would save you a lot of money. Why? Because simply in Shanghai and Guangzhou, living expenses might be a little higher. Okay, in Shanghai especially, they might be much higher than Wuhan, especially when you consider renting out a flat, off campus. If you decide to live outside campus with your family, maybe rents in Wuhan uh, relatively cheaper. For example, take one bedroom apartment. One bedroom apartment might cost you in the city center might cost you anything between 1,500 and 2,000 yuan in months. Okay, every month, and this is for furnished apartment. But the same thing in Shanghai might cost you double the price. Okay, in Guangzhou, more or less the same. This is one thing. And if you want to rent a studio apartment, a studio slightly cheaper than one bedroom. So yeah, in Shanghai, Guangzhou, or even in Nanjing, some other major cities, they might be again a little bit expensive. So another thing is costs for food, eating. In Wuhan, again, the prices are a lot cheaper because I traveled to many major cities, and comparatively, Wuhan, yeah, foods and groceries, if you cook home, they're really cheap, not very expensive. For example, for one person, anything between, if you live like a student life. Okay, I'm not talking about like eating out every day, having fun and going to nightclubs, etc., etc. I'm talking about having a normal student life. Okay, of course, once in a while you go out with your friends, etc. So for this type of life, you will spend anything between 1,000 yuan to 1,500 yuan, maybe. Okay, so it really depends on your lifestyle. But just to give you an example, for example, one meal, at a normal restaurant in Wuhan costs you something 20 yuan, 25 yuan. Okay. Again, I'm not talking about posh restaurants here. I'm talking about normal restaurants on campus, nearby your university. And also, you've got the student canteens. If you eat at the student canteen, you will not spend much. Every meal roughly costs you 15 to 20 yuan. Okay, and you can do your math from there. And if you cook yourself, maybe you will spend something, you know, 100 yuan every week. I know students personally doing, living for these kind of expenses. They spend like 100, 200 yuan per week for groceries, and then they cook at home. So, yeah, you can do the math based on these, numbers. But again, living conditions, specifically this, for food and for entertainment, highly depend on personal choices. Okay. Uh, Another example why you should, another reason why you should come to Wuhan is Wuhan is full of universities. Wuhan is also called like student city. Okay, a city of universities. there are so many universities in Wuhan, which is really good because you will get to know more people, people from different countries, and also Wuhan hosts every year festivals, like festivals for different nationalities, cultural festivals, and those festivals are really fun. Every year it's held, if I'm not mistaken, at different universities, and yeah, so you get to experience a lot of fun things here, and yeah, when you like. There will be a lot of opportunities for you to learn different languages except for Chinese. I know some students personally, they study Chinese at Wuhan University, there's a university, and then at the same time they have so many friends from different nationalities. And this is one thing I really like about Wuhan. So many students, so many universities, and so many connections you can have, so many friends. And also, I really like campuses here. All these universities have their own campuses. I mean, the campus, literally, the university is surrounded by, the border, okay? And then most universities' campuses are really massive, okay? And there are different gates, okay? And why? Because those, the campuses are really safe, you know. In this aspect, I really like Wuhan. For example, when you go to different business cities like Shanghai, Guangzhou, it's really hard to find organized campuses, university campuses. Most of the universities have open campuses, and they're situated in the city, maybe by the road. But in Wuhan, campuses are really organized, and you can really get to experience that student atmosphere. Okay, and normally all these universities have beautiful campuses. For example, take Huazhong University of Science and Technology, one of the beautiful campuses I've ever seen. Or take campus of Wuhan University, really beautiful and historical. They've got some historical buildings there. So these are a couple of reasons why you should choose Wuhan. Also, yeah, Wuhan is situated in central, China. So in that aspect, Wuhan offers you, very convenient transportation to any part of China. Okay, they've got bullet trains, speed trains, and then also, like of course, airplanes to any part of China, and also they're starting to offer, direct flights to United States. They've got, I think, to San Francisco, Los Angeles, and neighbor countries like Japan, Korea, and Thailand, Malaysia. So you can take direct planes from Wuhan. Okay, and this is another reason. Very convenient transportation to travel. And another reason is Wuhan is trying to be a major city in China, and it's developing really, really fast. When I came here in 2012, it was totally different. But now you can see all these, newly built buildings. Infrastructure is getting really different. I mean, it's developing, very fast, basically, and therefore, I think Wuhan will soon become a major city, and if you come here, probably you will not miss that many things, like choosing Wuhan over Shanghai. Yeah, Shanghai, although yeah, it's really developed city, like Western city, but Wuhan is no less than that. Okay, so I think yeah, this reason is also should be there. I mean, developing tendency. Okay, what else? Yeah, I think in terms of safety, China as a whole, it's quite safe, I would say. But because Wuhan is student city, probably it's more safer than say Guangzhou. Yeah, maybe. Again, these are my personal reasons. Okay. Uh, what else? Well, weather in Wuhan is definitely better than Beijing, for example. In Beijing, yeah, you can search on the internet. The weather is not quite good. It's more polluted than in Wuhan. Wuhan is green, much more green. And yeah, what else? I think, yeah, student population I mentioned, international student population in Wuhan as well. So yeah, what else? So yeah, if you have any questions, please comment below in the comments section. You can ask any questions. Okay, I've been living in Wuhan for 6 years now, so I am more qualified to answer any one of your questions. I mean, not only about Wuhan, study life here, or or anything at all related to China. I traveled extensively, so yeah, ask me and I'll answer. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.